Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss about security services. So, as I told you that security services which are going to provide the security for a organization by using different security mechanisms. So, based upon the requirement of the organization, we are going to provide the security, and to provide the security, we are going to take some mechanisms, security mechanisms, which are going to prevent the attacks. Okay, so you can observe here. Okay, you can observe here what is the security service will do. So it will provide the security for data which is processed in an organization, and it will counterattack the security attacks. So to perform these security services, the service may require multiple security mechanisms. So these security mechanisms we will discuss in the next video. So here we are going to discuss about the security services. So how we are going to provide the security services means by using the encryption, or by providing the digital signatures, or by providing the notarization. We are going to give the security services here. So the list of security services, you can see there are different five major security services are there, which are authentication, access control, data confidentiality, data integrity, and non-repudiation. So we'll see one by one all these security services. The first security services is authentication. So what is the authentication? The authentication means we are going to allow only genuine users to access our information. Okay. So before accessing the information, we are going to give the authentication. So here, the authentication will be used as the identity of a particular user. So for example, if you have a user identity, so that we can identify that the particular user, genuine user, is sending the information to this or not. Okay. So as we discussed in the attacks, there are the attacks on your identity attacks are there. So which we called as our masquerade attacks. So identity of one user will be copied to by the attacker, and he is going to send the information. So here the authentication will be classified into once again two types. One is peer entity authentication, and second one is data origin authentication. So peer entity authentication means for a particular user we are going to give the identity. So this identity will be used for a particular connection only. So whenever you are going to transfer the data, only that particular data only authenticated. The next is data origin authentication. In the data origin authentication, we are going to provide the secure data, whatever the data is provided, that particular data is sent from the authenticated person. Okay, not from the attacker. The data has been transferred from the uh, authenticated person. That will be called as data origin authentication. So once the authentication is done, the next security service is access control. So coming to the access control concept, we are going to prevent the unauthorized use of resources. So whenever you want to access any resource, we are going to give the prevention. Okay? So we are not going to allow unauthorized users to access a particular resource. That is called access control. Next one is data confidentiality. We are going to make the data as confidential so that other users will not be access that particular data. So you may got some doubt that what is confidentiality and what is authentication. So authentication will be provided. We are going to provide the authentication that whether a genuine user is there or not. In the confidentiality, we are going to provide that a genuine user will have a permission to access that particular data or not. That is called your data confidentiality. So others unauthorized will not disclose any information to other organizations. So here we can classify our data confidentiality into two types. That is connection confidentiality and connection-less confidentiality. Where connection confidentiality, we are going to protect all the user data on a connection. So within the connection, whatever the data users are there, all users data will be made as a confidential. That is connection confidential. Where connection less confidentiality, we are going to protect all the users data in a single data block. So for every data block, a new confidentiality will be created. So for every data block, it will ask to us that whether we require a confidentiality service or not. In the connection confidentiality, for complete all the data packets, it will automatically provide the confidentiality. So that is the difference between connection and connection-less confidentiality. The next security services. So next security service is data integrity. So what do you mean by data integrity? So whatever the data which is sent from the source user, the same data is received or not by the receiver. That is called data integrity. So without any modification, without any data loss, whatever the data is transmitted by the sender, same data should be received by the receiver. That is called data integrity. So there are different data integrity services which is provided by the security service. That is connection integrity, connection-less integrity, and we are going to have recovery, integrity with recovery, integrity without recovery, and we are going to have the selected field integrity, selective field connectionless integrity. So what are these all things means? Based upon the user requirement, we are going to provide which the integrity service is required for the user. Some users want integrity for all the data which is transferred from one user to another user. That is called connection integrity. And if any loss is there, then recovery, if the user wants the recovery of the data, then we are going to use connectionless integrity with recovery. If the user does not want the recovery concept, only he wants to identify that whether any data modification done or not, then we are going to use the service without recovery service. Same way we are going to have selective field connection integrity. Selective field means what? Instead of providing integrity to all the data packet, complete data packet, only some fields in the data packet will be provided the integrity. That service is called selective field integrity. So this selective field integrity can be provided both in connection and connectionless integrities. The next more important service is non-repudiation. So what is the non-repudiation mean? It is going to have the trust proof that the genuine user has been sent the information or message to the receiver. So that in the future, if the sender refuses that I have sent that particular message to this user, then the receiver can show the proof that no, I am having the proof, it is sent by that particular person only. And same way we are going to have in the future, the receiver may deny that I didn't have received any mail or message from the sender. Then sender will have the proof that no, he has received that particular receipt, that he has received the information. This proof is called non-repudiation. Okay? Non-repudiation will provide the protection against the denial of any event which is occurred by the user, done by the user. Sending the message or receiving the message will be stored, and in future if anyone refuses to say that they have received or they have sent any mail, then we will show the proof that you have sent that particular mail at that particular time period to a particular user. This is called the non-repetition of your message. Okay. So non-repetition of origin will be there and non-repetition of destination. Two categories of services are there, which will provide the proof that the message was sent by a specific party. And destination means the specific party receive the particular message. That proof will be there. So these are the services which we have in our security services mechanism called X-File 800 standard. And next class we will discuss about the security mechanisms.